As you can see, it was a cold night last night, about -3, which at this time of year in the UK, it's not too bad in some parts of the country, but for Essex that's cold. I'm coming down to the estuary today, to my local patch of the River Crouch, because this is the lowest spring tide of the year so far, or it will be the lowest tide in January anyway. It's only 7 millimeters above chart datum. I'm curious to see what the shore will look like when it's just 7 millimeters above chart datum. I'm about an hour early today. I can follow the tide out. I now think this is the lowest I've ever seen this tide down here. I've never been down here when it's below chart datum, but this is only 7 millimeters above, so this is quite low. More tackle. It's like something out of Minecraft, isn't it? Right, I'm still finding loads of the small clams. I can't find any of the really big ones that I found before. It might be the wrong time of year for the big ones, they might be buried deeper. Last year I got them in March, and I'm not sure whether that makes a difference. But look, there's loads of the hard shell clams everywhere. But I've done so many videos about them, I know exactly what they are now, and I know I can come down here and get them at any time. I was looking for the bigger ones. Yeah, they don't seem to be as evident as they once was. Now that ain't a bad size. That's the biggest one I've had from here for a while. Right at the water's edge. So any other time if you come here, you wouldn't have found that unless you was wading in the freezing cold water. Another decent one. Loads of these slipper limpets everywhere. I might try and do something with them. I might take a couple of these clams, but I think I'm going to concentrate my efforts on slipper limpets today. Why not? Try and gather as many as I can before the tide starts to come back in, and we'll give that a go. The sun's over the seawall now. It's illuminating the beach rather well actually. Might make it easier to spot stuff. The river's looking well clear. Just found a tiny black goby under there. Many people don't want to associate that with the Essex coast. Yeah, it's interesting to find that. I've never found one on the shore here before, turning rocks over and the like, but yeah, there's one there. Well, I've just turned this rock over, I found a much bigger one. There's a little porcelain crab there as well. Tiny little porcelain crab and some shrimps and a ragworm, so I might stop looking for shellfish and see what else I can find on the shore, seeing as I've got the opportunity. Palamon prawn there. There's another one there. More tackle. And look, booms and swivels and everything on that one. I don't know whether it was attached to that weight originally. Oh, there's another one. Where's he gone? Here. I'm glad I come down here now for this low tide. It's a shame that's such a muddy little pool, but there's 2 gobies in there and a fairly decent palamon prawn. Just see the back, just see the dorsal fin. There's the prawn just coming into view. There he is. Another one there. There's loads of them. And the palamon prawns too. I'm quite surprised about them. I thought they'd be in deeper water this time of year. Got to be careful putting the rocks back. I don't want to crush the fish underneath. Plus, I don't want to leave them so that the seagulls can get them. The tide is now on the turn, and it's opened my eyes this morning to come here and see this low tide, because you'll only get a couple of these a year this low. It's nice to come down here and see a little bit of extra exposed foreshore. I've got a few slipper limpets I'm thinking of trying to do something with. Nothing might not come of it actually. I'm not sure how many I've got, because I got carried away with turning rocks over looking for fish and other stuff. This is the last time you might see me down here for a while, because I think I've exhausted this particular area's potential. I just come here a lot because this is my local patch and it's so convenient and easy for me to get here. So I'm going to try somewhere else. I'm going to give somewhere else a crack and show you some other parts of this part of Essex, southeast Essex, with all the muddy estuaries. You know, it's snowing. It's actually snowing.
150. The increase will continue, and it's not strange because there is great uncertainty.
Right, I'm back home now. That's the hard shell clams that I gathered. There's a nice bowl of them, some decent sized ones as well. I'll feel the weight of them, full of meat. I'm just sorting out these slipper limpets. If you notice, there's loads there, all hitching a ride on each other's backs. Now the one at the bottom is usually dead, but the one at the bottom here is a mussel shell, a dead mussel shell. And they're all stuck to that. Usually always at the bottom they're attached to a dead slipper limpet, but sometimes in this case and in some other cases I've found they're attached to clam shells or mussel shells. That's what you got inside. That's the limpet in there, slipper limpet. They've both come off there. Got a pan of boiling water. Gonna boil these slipper limpets for 20 minutes. I must say, these slipper limpets, they smell really, really nice. Right, they're done. Now that is what the inside of a slipper limpet looks like. This is quite laborious. That's half a bowl of meat there. There's the empty shells, and there's the rest in the pan now. Some of them are out of shells, but a lot of them you've got to dig out. I'm finding that the back of a spoon is doing the job rather well. Just getting it in. That one broke. Let me do another one. With the back of the spoon, just getting it out like that. That's what you're left with. There you go. That is a bowl of slipper limpets, and that was quite time-consuming work, I must say. Bit of a pain in the neck to get them all out. I'm going to whiz them up in the food processor with a little bit of olive oil and a little squeeze of lemon, because that's what I read in a book. Let's go. The problem that I've got is that there's not enough in there, and it's not blending as well as I would like it. If there was more in there, it would blend up better, obviously, but it's sort of blended, and I'll give it a try. I haven't got any bread lying around, so I'm going to try a cracker bread. Don't look too appetising, but we'll see how it tastes. Let's do this. Too much olive oil in that. But that's all right. Now that ain't bad at all. Quite a subtle flavour. The olive oil's taking over. I need more limpet and less olive oil. But they're a real pain in the neck to get out the shells. They take forever. It's a nice texture. I would recommend using more limpets and less olive oil. It's not horrible. You can make use of it. It's actually quite nice. But it's all I can taste is the olive oil. It's back to the drawing board with that, I think.